Hey guys, it's JStars360 here with my Sherlock vlog. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. I mean, because Rob said you probably should feel the need to introduce yourself. I mean, you know who it is. But anyway, I feel the need to introduce myself, so I'm going to do it. But enough of that. Let's get into the video, which is on the second episode of Season 3 of Sherlock, The Sign of Three. Now, in case for whatever reason you don't know what this episode is, first off, if you haven't seen it, go watch it because I'm going to do full spoilers. Also, in case you don't remember, in case you're watching this well after the episode is aired, I'm just going to quickly sum up what the episode is. Basically, the episode is Watson is getting married, and Sherlock is the best man. And pretty much the entire episode is at this wedding. But, we're not limited to the wedding. I mean, the episode's like going back and forth, showing flashbacks of stuff that happened before preparing for the wedding. But the main focus is that Sherlock's giving his best man speech, which the best man does, and part of it is to show how much Watson means to him. He mentions a couple stories and instances when Watson was helpful to him, or when they shared a good time together. And while you may be saying to yourself, yeah, that's not much of an episode, I think that's why I really like it. It would have been so easy just to have another mystery story, another detective story. Like, how in the first two seasons, everything was a mystery story. What I like about this episode is that there is a mystery in each episode, but it's a minor thing, and it's woven into a much bigger story. Like, there's more interesting things going on. Like, the first episode was more Sherlock dealing with coming back and Watson dealing with that. And then there was this one mystery they solved at the end. It's very similar here. The episode isn't so much about the mystery, because there is a mystery in the wedding, and I kind of guessed that was going to happen, so I wasn't really surprised when it turned out it was. But what I like about this episode is, like, yes, Sherlock's telling all these mystery stories, which are these fun little bits, and by the way, I love how they're acknowledging all these adventures that they're going on that we don't get to see. Curious to know if those are actual stories, like some of the minor ones he told. But I do like the idea that there's more adventures of Sherlock and Watson that we don't get to see. Because, if they just went on these couple if the only adventures they went on were the ones we saw, there wouldn't be much of it, Sherlock. But I love how we keep getting these bits of life. I love how the mysteries keep overlapping. It's very realistic of life. Sherlock would not just go from one case to the other. He might be working on a case, in the process, he might get more cases. And I love how they're showing that. And what I like about these cases is that, yes, they're fun mysteries, but they're not... For as fun and entertaining as it is to watch Sherlock solve these mysteries, which is really fun, it's more of a let the characters breathe episode, and I love those. I mean, Last Airbender, one of my favorite episodes is Tales of Ba Sing Se, the episode where it just lets the characters breathe, just go about their day, and we get to know them. This episode's very similar. I mean, yes, there's a mystery, but it's not about that. I mean, it's more just about seeing Sherlock and Watson interact with each other, going about their day, and just doing their thing. I mean, the cases that they're solving, yes, they're interesting, but there's not as much sense of urgency. Because the episodes aren't really centered around those cases. I mean, we focus more on their life than the case. Whereas other episodes, I feel like the case would take up most of the episode. Like the episode with Irene. Like that entire episode, the main focus was Irene, and there was a sense of urgency to it. Same with Hounds of Baskerville. This episode, like when they're dealing with the guard, when they're dealing with the ghost man, like they're dealing with it, but it's like very to the side, and I love that. I mean, I love seeing these characters just breathe, and I'm sounding like a broken record. Like, let me give an example. Like, just seeing Sherlock and Watson go out drunk, it was great. It was fun just seeing them hanging out together. I mean, I don't know if Sherlock was doing it for science or if he was just having fun, but it was just fun to see the characters going out and doing something together. And then it was funny to see them get drunk afterwards and Sherlock trying to read everything and he can't. He just sees what a normal person says. I love how That's Sherlock drunk. And I love how when they get drunk, like, everything's kind of distorted. Like, the camera angles are weird. Like, it's very blurry. The colors are different. Like, I've never been drunk before, but it seems like a pretty accurate depiction of what someone who is drunk would feel. And I also like how these Sherlock stories, I like how they're tied. You get all these mentions of the wedding and stuff. And I like how clues to the wedding mystery are hidden in those two cases. These two seemingly unrelated cases, outside the fact that they happen to take place on the wedding, are related to each other. And I thought that was kind of clever. So you have three mysteries, which are really the same mystery, right? Which keeps things fresh. And I wasn't able to pick up on some of the stuff. I mean, I will admit I figured out who the target was, but I literally just figured out like 2 seconds before Sherlock figured out, and that's only because I hit the pause button on Amazon because I watch these videos on Amazon Video because I can't find them on TV and they aren't on Netflix yet. And Sherlock's like, he'd probably want to assassinate someone who doesn't get much. And I'm like, wait a minute, I swear I heard someone described that way, and I thought, oh, it's the general. And let's see. I'm trying to think what else. Again, mainly I just really loved all the interactions between characters. And, sorry if I'm really stuttering, but a lot happens in this episode. And I don't just want to go bullet point and say it's funny. I mean, I think it's standard that Sherlock is great. Cumberbatch is great as Sherlock. I love Sherlock. Like, I love the banter between Watson and Sherlock, but anyway. I'm just going to say this. So I like how Sherlock... To say, it was weird seeing Mycroft on a treadmill. I mean, not in suit clothes. Again, it kind of makes Mycroft seem like a normal person. I mean, he's not, but you know what I mean. So anyway, so I'm kind of rambling. Sorry if I've just kept saying this is a great character briefing episode, because it is. It's a really good character briefing episode. Before I go, I just want to say this. I love how Sherlock didn't get with anyone at the wedding. I mean, he was dancing with the bridesmaid, but he was mainly doing it just as a formality. Like, you know, it's a tradition, something you do. And because it would have felt out of character for him to be dancing with someone or getting with someone. You know, Sherlock's a loner. He's kind of isolated from everyone else. Although, to say, what the heck was Molly wearing? She was wearing this, everyone else was wearing like this simple stuff, and Molly's wearing this bright yellow, sunny, whatever. Oh yeah, and her sociopath boyfriend was there, which is kind of cool. I wonder if he's going to come into play at all into the main story. But yeah, I mean, I really don't have that much to say. I mean, I've kind of rambled, but again, this was a fun episode. And, you know, I think that's what you need. This is a fun, light episode. Kind of contrasts to the next episode, which I'm going to assume is going to be very intense and very story-driven. There's going to be more urgency to it. And it's, of course, going to end on a cliffhanger ending that I'm going to have to wait 2 years for. Although I've heard they've already confirmed Season 4, so maybe the wait won't be as long. But yeah, overall, really fun episode. Season 3 so far is amazing. It's my favorite season. Leagues better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which... Why do I even bother watching that show? It's, like, not even that good. But anyway, but I digress. So, yeah, I really don't have that much more to say on BBC Sherlock. I mean, again, if you haven't seen the show yet, go watch it, because I honestly think these vlogs don't do it justice. If you do think I'm doing it justice, I am saying everything that needs to be said on why these episodes work. Good, but... Good... Good. But yeah, I'm just gonna shut up now since I clearly am just rambling. So this is JStars360 signing out. I'll see you guys later.